The Straw Hat Pirates burst through the grand doors of the Rain Dinner's casino, their clothes covered in dust from the underground prison escape. Luffy led the charge with his straw hat pulled low, while Zoro kept a watchful eye on their rear. The bright desert sun blinded them momentarily after the darkness below. Vivi clung tightly to Nami's arm as they ran. The princess could already see smoke rising from distant Alubarna. The rebel forces had begun their attack. Kuro the super sprint duck waddled anxiously beside them, his wings flapping with nervous energy. Suddenly, the sand before them swirled upward, forming the imposing figure of Crocodile. His golden hook glinted dangerously as he blocked their path. Without hesitation, Luffy stepped forward, signaling his crew to continue without him. The young captain's usual smile was replaced by fierce determination as sand began whipping around the two opponents. Luffy's punches flew through Crocodile's sandy body harmlessly, while the warlord's attacks landed with brutal force. Each swing of the golden hook left deep cuts, and the desert itself seemed to aid its master. Dry wine stole the moisture from Luffy's skin as the sand beneath his feet shifted treacherously. After a particularly powerful sandstorm attack, Luffy collapsed into a dune, his body nearly buried. Just as consciousness faded, mysterious hands sprouted from the ground to pull him to safety. The last thing he saw was a woman with dark hair walking away through the shimmering heat waves. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew raced toward Alubarna on stolen Bandanawanis. Sanji kept glancing backward, torn between staying with the group and helping his captain. Nami's skilled navigation found them shortcuts through the rocky desert terrain, but time was running out. The sight that greeted them in the capital city made Vivi's heart sink. Thousands of rebels clashed with royal guards in the streets, their angry shouts echoing off ancient stone buildings. The princess tried shouting for peace, but her voice was lost in the chaos. High above the battle, Mr. Tabanplay spotted the familiar blue hair and began mimicking Vivi's appearance perfectly before anyone could react. The tricky agent had stirred more confusion among both sides. Kuro bravely carried Vivi away from danger, taking several bullets meant for his beloved princess. Just as all seemed lost, a familiar blonde streak intercepted their pursuers. Sanji's powerful kicks sent Bon Clay flying into a nearby fountain. The cook gently lifted the wounded Kuro while giving Vivi a reassuring nod. Their silent understanding spoke volumes. They would protect Alabasta together. At the eastern gate, Chopper and Usopp faced their own challenges. The reindeer doctor had transformed into his powerful, heavy point form to hold back advancing Baroque Works agents. Usopp's clever traps and trick shots provided support from the walls above, though his shaking hands betrayed his fear. Near the palace square, Zoro found himself surrounded by a dozen sword-wielding bounty hunters. His 3 blades became a whirling shield against their attacks. Each precise movement reflected years of training, yet the numbers kept coming. Back in the desert, Luffy stirred weakly beneath a makeshift shelter of palm fronds. His body ached terribly, but thoughts of his friends in danger pushed him to move. With great effort, he began crawling toward a faint sound of running water, hoping it might lead him to a way to counter Crocodile's powers. As night fell over Alubarna, the battles continued under torchlight. Vivi had reached the central clock tower where the rebel leaders were stationed. Though exhausted, she kept waving the royal flag, praying someone would see and stop fighting. Sanji delivered medical supplies to Chopper's position, staying just long enough to help stabilize some wounded citizens. The cook's usual playful demeanor was gone, replaced by serious focus as he moved between crisis points. Deep beneath the city, Nico Robin observed everything through her network of spies. Her inscrutable expression gave no hint whether she would intervene again. The mysterious archaeologist seemed to be waiting for something or someone. Luffy finally reached the underground water source he'd been seeking. As he plunged his swollen hands into the cool liquid, an idea began forming. The young pirate captain's eyes regained their fiery spark. Somewhere above, Crocodile sensed a change in the desert winds.